I should not be recording this right now today, but I'm recording this the day it actually goes up. So I don't really have a choice, do I? Rather than, I mean, I can obviously just not upload today, which is a possibility, but it's going to be a tight upload either way. So there's going to be a couple of things that might be a little bit different, might be a little bit worse this episode. We'll get into that in a moment. Okay, so my PC had to be reinstalled. Well, not the PC had to be reinstalled. Windows had to be reinstalled, which means that I had to reinstall the emulator as well, and that is not very useful, I don't think. The emulator I'm playing on had to be reinstalled as well. Luck has it that I got a scimitar. Luck has it that right at the moment that I had to reinstall that, there's actually a new update for the Undersea Kingdom map. There's a new update for this emulator for the first time in like literally, I think, 4 years. But that also means that certain plugins that I used are not up to date for this one yet, and I can't fucking find a download for the version I used to have. So that means that I'm using a different plugin to load the ISO into the emulator. One that doesn't work as well. So things like loading screens, this looks like a freeze. It's not. So there's going to be a lot more stuttering, especially during the loading screens. It seems like the game itself, the gameplay does not stutter as much. But it seems like we are going to have a little bit of trouble with seeing what is a crash and what is not a crash. And as a result of that, there might be more cutting ahead because things I'll just like cut out the dead air when I'm waiting to figure out whether it's a crash or not. The positive part to that might be that this update means that there's going to be less crashes potentially. That's based on nothing, but theoretically it could mean that there's going to be less crashes. I very much doubt it, but it could mean that. So all that being said, I think I should really quickly check what save state is. It's F1. So that's save state. Oh, it shows up on screen now as well. I also have a cup of tea, as I usually, well, I don't usually do, but sometimes do. And look, I've had a very busy week, so I'm trying to like combine my breakfast with this recording. I'm not eating, but I'm drinking my tea during this recording, and you just kind of have to live with the fact that that's going to be a thing. So I think that is all the PSAs out of the way for this series, other than I feel like I'm still missing one. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh yeah, the face cam is slightly differently because I had to set everything up again. There's no music here. Oh, there is music, never mind. I remember this specific battle actually crashing in my initial playthrough of the randomizer way back in the day. So let's see if it crashes again here. It might not. I honestly do not know. That also brings me to, I think that this might be as far as we got in the original randomizer. I think after Pirates of the Caribbean, we might be in entirely new territory. I am not entirely sure how far we got last time. I think Pirates was as far as we got. I don't think we got to... This doesn't seem to crash. That is amazing. I think we didn't do like Agrabah or any of the other worlds there. We might have... Maybe we did Halloween Town and Christmas Town. Maybe we did. I can't remember. Also, the face cam is very much offset. So let me go fix that and I'll be right back. So maybe this emulator update actually is going to help us prevent some, probably not all, but some of the crashes that we have pretty much gotten used to by now. Because that fight, I do remember being a big issue, and I don't really care about that shield, like, at all. But that is a good thing, because that means that my recordings are going to be significantly less long, which is a great thing, because as I said, I probably should not be recording this right now today, because I've got a project to work on, and it's a beast of a project. It's a really, really time-consuming project, and I really shouldn't be wasting time on a YouTube video right now, but honestly, I feel like I also kind of need a break every now and then from that kind of stuff. So here we go. Let's see if this is a crash or not. It wasn't. It took like literally a minute, but it was not a crash. So we're going to give the game the benefit of the doubt a little bit more than usual. And maybe that is going to be the thing that actually, maybe a lot of the time the game didn't crash, but I was just too impatient. It's a very realistic possibility, because if you've ever met me, I'm not a very patient person, usually. So that might have been part of the issue. Obviously, sometimes the game just straight up did crash. But maybe less often than I thought it did. Certainly, it does not seem like this is actually going to speed up my recordings, because if I have to wait so long for every single loading screen, we're going to be here for a while. And there's also going to be a lot of cuts. There's going to be so many goddamn cuts in this episode. And pretty much every episode from now on until I can get a better ISO loading plugin again, or whatever causes this issue. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed the pirates do not actually get randomized. Apparently they are neither... What is Bolts of Sorrow? I'm gonna check that out in a moment, because that doesn't seem like an ability that I'm supposed to be able to have. That feels like a partner kind of move, like Bushido, or the Lion Fang thing, or the thing you can do with the beast, or... those kind of moves. It feels like one of those, but Sora got it. So let's check out what it actually is. I am running low on AP again. Bolts of Sorrow. Lightning bolts rain down upon a target. MP costs 10. Hell yeah! Is that a removed ability? Because I don't think that is an ability you usually have in the game. As far as I'm aware, anyway. It feels like... Isn't that the thing Roxas does? Feels like the thing Roxas does. Oh, we've got some chests. And let's see what this Bolts of Sorrow does. If we can actually get it to trigger. Which I don't know how you are supposed to trigger it. It does take up MP. Is it in the magic menu? I didn't think it would be, but it's a bright crystal. It was worth a check. And aren't there usually pirates here? So... Wait a second. Did I get anti-fog? Huh. Let's investigate that. I can go into anti-form at will. That is really good. That's actually really good, because believe it or not, I really like anti-form. It's a dangerous thing. Wait a second. I need to know. Since we only have... We don't even have cure anyway, so we don't really lose anything. Well, we do lose it on the Goofy, I suppose. But can we revert out of anti-form, is my question. I'm going to go ahead and say probably not. But it's an interesting thing to think about. I didn't know. I thought it might be a possibility that anti-form was a findable form. But I didn't know that it would be. So let's see. By the way, okay, so I cannot revert out of it. That is good to know. Another thing that I probably should mention is last time when I did this randomizer, the game oftentimes crashed when I tried to go into a dry form. I don't know if that's just not the case now, or if it's not the case with anti-form specifically. But we're going to be using anti-form. Not regularly maybe, but we're going to be using it. Because, believe it or not, I really like anti-form. I also really like rage form in Kingdom Hearts 3. I like both of them. Rage form a little bit more because you can actually, well, trigger it on purpose, and like it is also a really good way to do a lot of damage, and also make sure that you don't die, because it fully restores your HP, but then you can use your HP to increase your damage output. It's a really interesting strategic tool you have in Kingdom Hearts 3. In Kingdom Hearts 2, anti-form is more of a gameplay balance to overusing the dry forms, but in and of itself, it's fairly powerful as well. Question, why would any of these pirates ever go into the moonlight? I mean, you've got the back shuffle reaction command, but if they had like any kind of brains, which I suppose the skeletons, so they might not, they would just stay in the moonlight where they're invincible all the time. They might not be able to kill you if you're in the moonlight, but you can't hurt them either. So, and eventually you'll just die of old age while they won't. Worst case scenario, right? So, yeah, I don't really think they thought that through, did they? Oh, something I just noticed, by the way, is at some point I apparently got another reflect element, so now I have Reflera. Reflera? Reflera. Reflera. The raw tier of reflect, which is going to be coming in handy real nicely. Sooner or later. Okay, so these enemies have been changed, but that doesn't really matter because all we need to do is... Okay, so maybe that does matter because they can be a lot more annoying. All we need to do here is get rid of the explodey barrels, and I don't know which one is which. Please tell me that is the right one. It's not. Please tell me this is the right one. It's literally the last one. At least I have got glide. We managed to gain an item and an armor slot. The item slot I don't really care about because I've not been using items. I probably should because I still don't have cure. Why doesn't the game start you with cure? It starts you with reflect with the randomizer. Why doesn't it give you cure right away? Let's look at our armor slots first. We'll do that. We'll do that. I think we can do this. We couldn't do Zaxium right away. I think we can do this one right away. I do seem to remember that. So we've got a lot of armor slots. I think we've got more armor slots than you usually can have to begin with in the game. So let's give it a proper save, and I'll take on whatever Marluxia turns into. Probably nothing too bad. Marluxia itself is a pretty annoying and difficult boss fight, so it's probably going to be easier than usual. Unless it's something that's problematic because of the small arena. Okay, it is an organization member, and it's going to be problematic because of the small arena and its data Zoldin. So, yeah, I'm very, very glad that this is an optional fight, because we are not doing this. The pirates do get pretty decent experience, though, for leveling up, so that is always a nice thing. And we've got a Precious Mushroom Plus that might actually be something better than... I don't think so, but it might actually be better than what Donald has now, which is Save the Queen Plus. Let's see, it definitely is. We don't care about Donald's strength at all. MP Hasterer compared to MP Rage. I'm gonna go with the Precious Mushroom Plus, I think. Yeah, that seems like it literally is the better thing for Donald. Very glad we got that. There's quite a lot of chests around these parts here. Not in this specific thing, but in a lot of these exploding boxes areas, I don't know how to explain it to you. There are some chests, so I'm going to just keep on going without doing any cuts here, because Secret Anthem Report 10, I think that might be the first time we've gotten an Anthem Report. And we're like halfway through the game almost. That's a Meteor Staff. I forgot that I wasn't going to cut for a moment and I just shut up. But that's a Wisdom one. We're getting a lot of things for Donald. MP Rage. Which, for some reason, I thought that's not a thing for Donald. Actually, no. No, it's not. This might be the end of this world, by the way. I just realized this is a very short world once you take out all of the cutscene bullshit. So I think we might go back to Olympus Coliseum and do one of the cups. Okay, so this is Axel. That's, oh my god, that's Data Axel, isn't it? We might have to... Yeah, we might have to go a different ISO for this one. Because I think the other one was Cyx, because there's two bosses here, obviously. Yeah, so let's go back. Save and load a different ISO, because I'm not doing that. I just realized as well that if we're loading a different patch anyway, we might as well check what the absent silhouette here becomes, because it does give you an item, I think, when you defeat it, and it is not data sold in, hopefully, anymore. And as I said, this is probably going to be a fairly short episode anyway, so we're going to do this and the other absent silhouette in Olympus, and maybe... Oh no, you're data, aren't you? If you're not data, that's not that big of a deal. If you're data, nope. That's just a big nope. You're not data. I can take you. I can take you. Maybe not first time, but I can take you. Okay, let's use Reflex a little bit more. Okay, let's give that another try in a moment here. Restore count. Okay, so we can do this. Never mind. We've done this before in Olympus. We can do this again now. we can take care of Marluxia. Marluxia is not that big of a deal. Which means that, yeah, I used to... First time when I played Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, I had to grind to level 99 to take care of normal Marluxia as the Absent Silhouette and Beast Castle. Right now, I think I can probably do this at level 20. I've gotten a lot better at this game over the past, like, what? It's probably been about 10 years. I didn't want to do Aerial Strike, but honestly, I'm probably going to lose this first attempt. I want you to be very much aware of that. But I feel like I probably will be able to beat him eventually anyway. I do not have the luxury of a bigger arena this time around though, which is potentially a bit of an issue. And I also do not have any more MP, which is way more of an issue. And I don't have all the abilities I'd want to face Marluxia. Okay, so we're going to try that again, because I do feel like that is a possibility for me to actually win against Marluxia there. We've done it before. We have done it before. We have faced and defeated Marluxia like 2 episodes ago, I think, right? I think it's been 2 episodes. Not last episode, but the episode before that. We faced and defeated Marluxia without too much trouble, actually. The game crashed afterwards, but we defeated Marluxia. So I feel like we can do it again, even if it's just with 21 hits. Not if I'm sloppy like this, but I should be able to. I don't need to restore count quite yet, but doing some major damage with Aerial Strike will be very welcome. So... and let's get out of here. Just because I knew that was going to happen. Okay, so now I would like to restore count whenever possible, because I'm getting a little bit low on hits. I was going to say HP, but it's not HP. That's kind of the point of this fight. Otherwise, this fight would be nowhere near as difficult. See the Kingdom Hearts 3 fight in the Remind DLC. You still have a hit counter, but it's way less of an issue there for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because just the attack patterns are more, well, less rapidly hitting, I suppose, right? That's probably a big part of the reason why the Kingdom Hearts 3 fight is not as big of a deal. Why can't I attack you? I need to restore my count. Like, ASAP. Please do your whirlwind attack. Not that one! I don't like it when you do that one. I meant that one, thank you. Just without hitting me and without stopping in a place where I can't get to you. Both of those things really fucking annoy me. You see, I get him halfway down. If I can just restore count, I'm pretty much good to go, I'd say. But I don't think he'll get me another opportunity to do so. I've got 1 hit. Theoretically possible, unlikely. But theoretically possible. Again, very unlikely. Yeah, that pretty much sealed it. I'm not gonna win these attempts either. But we got fairly close without even using restore count once. Yeah, so there's no way that I'm dodging all of this. And I can't... do I have a... I've got a Mega Elixir. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it my best try. Because I think I might be able to... Damn it, dodge roll away in time, I was gonna say. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more shot right away, and then I'll retry after defeating the boss of the world. Because I can go right back into this save point anyway. And I might get like an item or something that makes this easier to go through. Or one more level, actually. That would also help quite a lot. Just literally one more hit. That would do so much for me. You don't have time to use Reflect there. I was spamming the buttons as quickly as humanly possible to get Reflect going. Didn't have an opportunity to. That should have definitely... okay, now I need to use Restore Count, which is going to lower my potentiality for damage. But it keeps me alive, right? It does keep you alive, so... I suppose I can't complain too much. And does it actually do damage when you do restore count as well? That seemed like it did damage. I can't be sure though. Can't be sure. So all of these fights are going to become significantly more difficult within a couple of episodes, because after we go back to Hollow Bastion, all of the enemies will get boosted in damage and in HP mostly, in defense and everything. Because you enter the second half of the game. And that means all of the boss fights also are going to have that same multiplier applied to them, which means that things like normal Marluxia are going to be significantly more difficult. So we want to defeat this dude before that, really. And not just because it's Marluxia, but because it's Marluxia, there's a little bit more urgency. Well, I guess Marluxia actually has a little less urgency. No, because the HP thing is still an issue. Now, I was going to say, because Marluxia doesn't really deal damage, you never really die against Marluxia due to running out of HP. Usually, anyway. I have in Kingdom Hearts 3, I might add. But I really do need you to give me an opportunity to restore my count again. So if you'd be so kind as to do that for me, I would be very, very grateful. Please. You can't jump out of that. That is the... Thank you. It's not going to let me. Oh, I got just close enough. Okay. I can mostly block that and just get hit once. That is okay. But I'll be out of MP. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! You have to give me an opportunity to restore my count now. Restore count! Oh my god! It's not going to get me back to 21, but it might give me like 10. And it will stun you. It gives me 14. It's probably good enough-ish. Maybe it's not actually like properly good enough, but I have to. I have to remain with enough MP. You know what? Just getting hit once there ain't bad. Restore count. Actually, no. Aerial strike. We're so close to finishing him off. Doing damage is more important right now than restoring a count of... I have 13 anyway. It's a sign. I've got a count of 13. I'm fine. Okay, maybe I'm not fine. Please do the same thing again. Please don't do that again. Oh my... You're so close to dying. You're so close to dying. I just need to... Oh my god, you were at 1 HP. I just needed to use thunder against you or something and you would have been dead. We're gonna try that again. Because now I've got a grudge against this dude. Only if I'd done that restore count, I probably would have won. Then again, I wouldn't have done the damage against him. With the aerial strike. So, oh my god. Water first, Marluxia second. I'm going to try to block him right from the start again, because starting off with a potential aerial strike is going to be such a big deal. But I do need to get myself hydrated sometimes as well. Okay, just going to be spamming this. Just going to be spamming this. If this does not trigger... Okay, so you can actually do that, which gives you like a 3 HP bar of damage right off the bat, which is insanely good. Ah, that was too bad. Okay, I'm being reckless. I shouldn't be that reckless. At least it's damage. I do want to restore my count, but at least that was damage. I'm not going to get an opportunity to restore count anytime soon, though. Which is a real bummer. Unless you give me an opportunity to right now. And I'm out of MP, so please do not do your whirlwind attack move thing, because I'm not going to be able to counter it. I don't even know if I have God equipped anymore, honestly. I might die due to HP related issues here, which would probably be the first time I ever do that against Marluxia in Kingdom Hearts 2 at any rate. So this attempt is going to not be very good for me. I want you guys to realize that, because look at my hit count, look at his HP. And well, I've just got my MP back, so that gives me, I don't want to say a chance, but it gives me some kind of hope. That was just annihilated because I thought he wasn't going to be able to reach me. Okay, I did the first couple of combos the exact same way last time, but this time I got an aerial strike and without even getting hit once. He's got 2 HP bars down and I have not been hit at all. This is the attempt. I can fucking feel it. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm gonna die a horrible death anyway, but if there ever was an attempt so far, this definitely would be it. Though that attack really does... That attack really makes the difference. The fact that we're in the arena where that attack actually is annoying to deal with, rather than in the Cerberus arena where the entire arena was so much bigger that I can just like walk away from this attack. That makes a huge difference. Way bigger than I thought it would, honestly. I don't know what I managed to counter there, honestly. I do have guard equipped. That is something that I did need to check, because obviously guard is also going to come in very handy here. I also don't like the attack where he makes you explode. I don't like a lot of his attacks, which probably just means that he's a very well-designed boss, because it's not like I don't like his attacks due to unfairness. They're just really well-designed attacks, honestly. I give credit where credit is due. Well-designed attacks. I like this boss fight. I really do. It's just sometimes really difficult. I do need to get a restore count whenever it becomes available, though. Which might be never. This is your secondary desperation move. You didn't do this one last time. That is a little bit weird. Okay, this might be problematic, because if he gets me with his side throw, I'm done for. He did not get me with his side throw. And you can protect against that final attack as well. I've been playing this game for like 10 years. I did not know you could protect against that final attack. I had no idea. That is entirely new information to me. I always thought you had to dodge roll out of the way for that. Apparently not. Restore count! Oh my god, I got the right one. Thank you. For a second there I was afraid I pressed aerial strike, and okay, we're back at 16. This might be it. Also, I can't use anti-form in here for some reason. Can I only use anti-form when I'm at full? Oh, that might be it. Only when I'm at full drive gauge, which is going to be extra annoying because I have 9 drive gauges this early in the game. That might be it. That would be annoying. I think we got Marluxia down here. I think there's nothing Marluxia can... Other than going into that DM again. Which... Probably should have seen that coming, that close to death. Okay. And you teleport away right away. You're dead. You're dead. You're not dead. You're not dead yet. How are you alive? You fucking prick. Thank you. We crashed the game. But we won. We didn't get the item I wanted, but we won. I guess there's a bit of a silver lining to the game crashing there, and that is that I now know that, yeah, the game can still crash. Which I figured that would be the case, but it's good to have confirmed. And all of these chests have not been opened. And they're still the same items? No, it's just the precious plus also could put in there. That means that the chests weren't open here either, probably. Did I load the wrong save file? Did I not save? Huh. Well, I guess... Donald, what are you holding? Yeah, you are holding the Precious Plus. I guess we've got 2 of them now. Okay, so we've got Cerberus and a dog ball thingy. Let's take care of you first because... Actually, let's take care of you first because you are very big and very annoying. I don't know if this is original Cerberus. I think this is original Cerberus and not Cerberus Cup Cerberus. This is definitely not Paradox Cup Cerberus. That much is for sure. So yeah, Antiform is actually not going to be too useful because I still can't go into it. Or do you need Donald and Goofy specifically? No, you don't. You definitely don't because we were with Donald and Goofy in the Absent Silhouettes as well. There's a really good chance, by the way, that when I beat both of the boss fights here, it's not actually going to... Fuck off. Thank you. It's not actually going to trigger the end of the fight, like, at all. And I forgot that dude goes out of bounds. That old dude. Let's re-randomize again. We're going to do the third randomization patch. And after that, we're just going to do this normal way because I think the end trigger here just doesn't trigger when Barbosa is not a boss fight, but we'll see. I figured I should check what this boss fight turns into now with this randomization patch, and it's actually not that difficult. So let's beat this this boss fight as well, and just see if the game crashes after this as well. Because if it doesn't, it still could give us an item, and that item might be valuable to us. It might be a second Ultima weapon. It might be the Decisive Pumpkin, which would be fantastic. It might be a drive form that is not actually trash, because I just said how amazing Antiform is, but if I can't go into it until I have 9 drive gauges and I use all of them when I go into it, it's actually not that good. So... yeah, this, again, this fight, not that difficult. It's the easy version of the experiment. Experimenter, I think, right? Is this the experiment? It might not be the experiment. I don't know exactly anymore what Halloween Town fights happen when and how they all relate to each other. I think this is the first fight against the experiment, and then we have like the big experiment fight, which is the final boss of the second time we come to Halloween Town. It's definitely the first time it's Oogie Boogie. But the second time I think it's the experiment, and I think this is also the experiment, which is... I think this also happens the second time. So... right now it's happening here though, which is all that really matters. If I can go into Antiform for this fight or the actual boss fight of the world, I will, by the way. Because I still do like Antiform, and I have no different drive forms, so... there's no use in me not using Antiform. The moment I get any other form, like Final or Valor or Wisdom or Master, those probably will be better to use just because they don't use up every single drive gauge you've built up. And that means I can go into like Master and Final with 9 drive gauges rather than into Anti once. But Antiform will probably last longer than the other two, at least in the beginning, because I need to level them up. And I don't think Antiform has a level. I don't actually know how Antiform works with the amount of drive gauges you have in it. I always thought it was based on the maximum you have, but clearly we didn't get 9 when we used it before. So I honestly don't know how that works. I would very much like to get Cure as well, actually. Okay, so let's use Antiform here and murder this fool. Also partly because I could use the healing from going into any drive form. Maybe it does give you 9, but I'm just going through it very quickly because I'm dealing a lot of damage against him. Because as you can see, the more hits you do on this thing as Anti-Sora, you... finishing a boss fight as Anti-Sora is near impossible, by the way. Just because finishing a combo takes fucking forever. Okay, so we got an HP and MP increase from that, and we didn't actually crash. So... we got something from it, which means that I'm going to save, and then we're going to try to take on the boss fight again. You're Marluxia now. We also got a Bright Shard and the Castle That Never Was map. Neither of which I really give a shit about. But at least we got an HP upgrade, which I don't actually think we got an HP upgrade now that I look at my HP. We might have actually gotten the MP upgrade though, which is fairly difficult to actually spot. And these chests, once again, aren't opened because Ship Graveyard map. That is really useful for when we come back here eventually. Like, way, way, way in the future. Dude, I just want to open this goddamn chest. Let me open it. Twilight Town map. The things that you find in here. The Hero's Crest. Didn't we already have a Hero's Crest? We have 2 now. If we had one. I think we had one already. We might not have had. It doesn't really matter either way because we've got so many Keyblades as it is and we don't have dry forms to put them on. So, I don't know why. Oh, my PS4 controller also controls my mouse cursor. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we got Leon and... Wait. We've got Leon twice? We're double Leon? What is this? Wait a moment. Are they differently? There must be different instances. There must be like the Paradox version and then the normal version or something? That's... What the hell? Dude, this is brutal. Can I reflect? Please let me reflect. They don't give you any chance at all. That's brutal. Oh, but they also don't take damage like at all. I mean, they do take a lot of damage. They can't take damage at all. They do. I don't know what I wanted to say there. My brain just like kind of short-circuited. Short-circuited. Donald? Oh, Donald, you're dead. Maybe I should just thunder. Yeah, I think that might be the thing to do here. Just thunder. Wait, I can't thunder you? Let's... Potion. I think there's only one of them left. I don't know. Yeah, so now both of them are down, and we don't have an end trigger to the fight. So, this is what happened last time. We got 2 Leons, though, which was a very fun fight. I'm going to defeat Barbosa in the unrandomized patch. And none of the items we just got were really worth it anyway, so we'll just ignore those. And I'll get back to you when we finish that. And I think that is also going to be the end of this episode, but we'll see. We got a drive gauge power-up, which I don't think is going to do anything. And we got aerial finish, which I think we already had. Also, this fight, ridiculously easy when it's not randomized. And also, I think a lot of the loading time issues are to do with the fact that randomized ISOs are actually larger than normal ISOs. I say, as I'm stuck on a white screen, so maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like this is going any better than before. I usually get a different item here. Now we've got the follow the wind Keyblade. Not that much we could have done about that because, again, I think there's just no way to end that fight. If you randomize it, just because that's how it works. I said we were going to go to the Coliseum in this episode as well because it was going to be a short episode. But Marluxia kind of threw a wrench into that plan. So I'm going to end it here for today. Also because I do really need to go back to work. And I still also need to edit this episode today, and I need to work today, and I need to also record at least one Pokemon video today, because tomorrow there needs to be a Pokemon video which hasn't been recorded either yet, and that needs to be edited today. It's going to be a very busy Sunday for me. Which is fucked, because yesterday I also worked all day, and I'm now just complaining. It's complaining time with the vlogger again. I'll see you all back next time. I'm not going to put that animation I made in this time. Maybe I will. I probably won't. I'll probably do very minimal editing on this episode. I said it was going to be the end of the episode, wasn't it? So, bye. Really, this time. Bye. There's going to be an end screen now. You can click on the videos. There's a playlist, I think. There's a video. There's a subscription button. If you're not subscribed, click that. Otherwise, probably click the video. If this is the first video of the series that you see, you might as well click the playlist. I'm just horrible.